carts as well. They are a good backup in case of a power failure.
In front, scores! Cardwell going to the net, finds Cardwell and scores! So with it, backhand pass to Smith, shot, scores! Welcome to the Saddlein Arena for tonight's preseason action between the Barrie Colts and the Kitchener Rangers. I'm your host, Mike Poirier, tonight going solo as we're getting things figured out as this season gets underway. A lot of excitement around this Barrie Colts hockey club with a lot of veterans, and they put on a great performance last night on the road against these very Kitchener Rangers, winning at the odd by a score of 6-2, and they're hoping to keep that momentum going tonight while also getting some key ice time to some of these younger hockey players. One of those younger players being Cole Beaudoin. He had a fantastic night last night, 2 goals to his credit, as you see the scoring summary on your screen right now. Beaudoin, 2 goals, and then Declan McDonald. It was actually his first game back in Kitchener since being traded at the OHL trade deadline back in January to Barrie. You see there a goal and an assist, a great homecoming for him. However, McDonald, he will be out of the lineup tonight, so not getting that chance to play back-to-back games against his former team. And you see there the Rangers, Surga and Fishman, both getting goals for the Rangers. This is a Kitchener team that does have a lot of high-powered offense. We'll see that again tonight. Zidlicki being one of those players. He right now leads the Rangers in points for the preseason. He will be in the lineup tonight. And getting the start also is Parsons. He had a great run in the playoffs last year with the Rangers. And, this Kitchener team, they have a lot of expectations, and they've got a lot of young players that are going to get some key lineup ice time tonight. Here's some stats from last season. As you see, the Barrie Colts, goals for a lot more than the Kitchener Rangers, but both offenses playing a bit of a different style, and we'll see what transpires here tonight. Power play, though, really strong last year for the Barrie Colts at 23.3%, for Kitchener 18.3%. But either way, those are last year's numbers. This is a brand new season, and we'll get some preseason action in just a moment. And let's send it to the PA.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able and remove your hats and join in the playing of our national anthem.
So the two teams ready to get things going here between the Colts and the Rangers. And when we have a moment, let's take a look at our starting goaltenders. Starting in goal for the Kitchener Rangers tonight, that's Jackson Parsons. He's appeared in one game so far in the preseason. You see his stats, a .951 save percentage, which is very strong. The Rangers, one of the top teams right now in the preseason for the Western Conference. And getting the start for the Barrie Colts, Anson Thornton. He was acquired during the offseason from the Sarnia Sting. He also has some pretty decent numbers there with the .886 save percentage. However, he has one loss to his credit, and that was in a shootout against the Owen Sound Attack. And the Barrie Colts, decent preseason so far, undefeated in regulation, 2-0-1, and that one loss, as I mentioned, coming against Owen Sound, and we are underway. Face-off won by the Colts. Cooper Matthews will send this one into the zone. Parsons stays in his net. Chasing after it is Frasca. Leaves it in the corner. The Rangers, though, chip at it. Frasca gets it right back, trying to put it out in front. He'll push his way past Hunter Briskovitz. Kitchener getting it out. Carrying it ahead, putting on the brakes. That was Martin, but that was poked off his blade. Archer Cholach comes out from behind his own net. Cholach reaches the blue line, passing it ahead. Matthews will send this in for the Colts. Starting to see some physical play early on. Pass out in front. That one goes wide. That was Matthews in the slot. Puck comes back to the point, kept in. Lemieux puts it on goal, but Parsons got a piece of it. Rangers get it out. Motu will send that one in. Kitchener right now making a line change. Loose puck picked up by Lemieux. He'll send that one in. Hamara gets it back to the neutral zone. Here's Connor Punnett. Punnett sending it deep into the Kitchener zone. Parsons will come out to play it. Rangers with possession. Here's Reed Vlad. Moving that one ahead at center. Turning it around is Serpa, but he can't hold on to it. Colts with possession. Alinas, he couldn't hold on to it. Puck goes back into the Colts zone. Lemieux from his own corner, passing it ahead, misses Jodwen. Rangers recover. Serpa at center ice. Gets away from Jodwen, avoids the hit from Lemieux, but can't handle the puck. Sending that one in is Zach Weigel. Parsons out to play it. Kitchener on the far side. Carrying it ahead, that's Vlad. Vlad trying to drop it back, hits a couple of skates. LeBanc gets to the corner. Tiller picking it up here for Barrie. Aitchison sending it ahead. Knocking that one out of the air was Pickle. Battle in front of the Rangers bench. Pickle trying to dig that one free. Battle continues. Fishman was in the middle for Kitchener. And the loose puck picked up at center. Tiller sends this one in. Parsons waits for it behind his own net. So far, just one shot in this hockey game. And that one going to the Barrie Colts. Puck's in the neutral zone. There's a big hit. Delivering that check was Kayshawn Aitchison. Colts get it out to center. Briskovich can't hold on to it. Baudouin had it for a moment, but he's going to go off for a change. Cole Baudouin, he had a great game last night for the Barrie Colts, getting 2 goals. The first round pick of the Barrie Colts. Puck's down low. Kavanaugh, the former Peterborough Pete, sends it down. And this will be an icing call against the Colts. So we'll bring this faceoff back into the Barrie zone as we're now at the 3-minute mark. So the preseason continues here for the Barrie Colts. This is the last home game before the home opener on September 29th. They have a couple more preseason games on the road. They'll be in Sudbury on the 20th and then Owen Sound on the 24th. And that'll do it. And we'll get the games that count starting on the 29th. So the countdown is on. Still a lot of player decisions to be made for the Barrie Colts. As Kavanaugh delivers that check in the corner. Vierling ahead for Cardwell. He can't hold it. Puck kept in by the Rangers. Far side shot, that's blocked. Getting in the way was Aitchison. Rangers pick it up. Harper inside his own blue line. He'll pass that one ahead. Knocked down, collected by Cardwell. Pass is deflected, sitting at the blue line, but that's going to be an offside call here against the Barrie Colts. As looked like maybe Bo Jelsma was just ahead of the play. Vierling not agreeing with it, but we already got the whistle, and you notice there on his jersey he's wearing the A. So Brant Clark, he's with the LA Kings, so he hasn't been back in Barrie yet. So we've got 4 assistant captains tonight for the Colts: Vierling, Cardwell, Frasca, and Lemieux, all wearing letters tonight. Puck's on the far side. Cooper Matthews putting it around the boards. Artur Cholach will collect it. Puck's deflected. That was Frasca getting a stick on it, but that was before the red line, so we'll do this face-off once more as it's another icing call against the Colts. So it's a unique matchup seeing these two teams go head-to-head because of all the COVID restrictions last year. These two teams never met during the regular season, as it was a unique schedule for the Ontario Hockey League. Only the Eastern Conference teams played against each other, and for the West it was the same. So it's kind of nice seeing Ranger Blue back here at the Sadlin Arena. Cholach inside his own blue line, hits the brakes. He'll send this one ahead. York putting that one back to Kavanaugh. Cholach trying to get around Reed Vlad. He's got Vlad right on him. Cholach reaches center, and he'll dump this one in. Parsons out to play it, turns it over. York in front, but Frasca couldn't handle the pass. And then Lemieux delivering the hit on the far side on Reed Vlad. Frasca carrying it in for the Colts. Puck got away from him. Rangers get it out. Here's a breakaway opportunity for Rakoff. Shot stopped by Thornton. What a pad save there by Anson Thornton, his first save of the night. Colts with possession. Lemieux putting this one ahead. It's deflected, so no icing. Puck goes behind the Ranger net. Back after it is Motu. Puck goes back to the corner. Mislyevic passing that one ahead on the far side. Rakoff. Rakoff shots blocked by Lemieux. Battle continues. Jodwen delivering a hit. Some physical play here between these two teams as it's an icing call against the Colts. So as I mentioned, these two teams, they played against each other last night. So there's still a lot of animosity here between these two as we'll take a look at that last chance. It was a breakaway opportunity. Frasca here loses the puck. And then a nice breakout pass ahead. Rakoff with the breakaway, and Thornton getting that right pad up. Great save there by Anson Thornton, the former Sarnia Sting. Battle down low. Rangers with possession. Puck's deflected. And that'll sail down the ice. No icing. The Colts will make a change. We're approaching the 6-minute mark here of the first period. Far side, that's Hamara. Hamara takes the hit. Rangers still with possession. Hamara at the point, finds Harper. Harper with the shots, and Thornton gets a glove on it. There was some traffic in front. As Bottineau, he was taken down by Aitchison. Those two are having some words. But nothing more will come of that. Great puck movement here by the Rangers. Hamara going to the near side, and then Harper seeing that lane, but Bottineau, he was standing in front of the crease, but Thornton obviously able to see that and snags it with the glove. Colts break it out, sending it deep. That's Mason. Puck goes to the corner. Mason chasing after it for the Barrie Colts. Mason trying to go back to Aitchison. Puck's bouncing. Rangers with possession. That's Trent Swick trying to send that one in, but the Colts get it out. Jacob LeBlanc putting it across. Adanovsky, he'll send that one in for Kitchener. Puck goes to the near side. Aitchison kicks it ahead. Pickle had it for a moment. Rangers get it back. Zopp gets it across. Shot from the point, and Thornton seeing that one as giving that shot away was Matthew Adanovsky. So a bit of a slow start tonight for the Kitchener Rangers, but starting to put on the shots. As we take another look, here's the setup. Adanovsky had the lane, but Thornton able to see that one all the way, just square to that shot. So good goaltending early on for Thornton. Face off one again by the Rangers. Berskowitz, his shot wide of the net. Motu chasing after it. Puck escapes the zone. Kitchener has to regroup. Serpa to Rakoff. Passing that one over. Rangers can't keep it in. Bo Jelsma chasing after it for the Colts. Jelsma in front of Vierling, and Parsons with a great save as he got that right pad on it. Colts trying to keep the pressure. Puck's down low. Vierling will continue it along the boards. Cholach after it. Vierling gets to it first. Bo Jelsma along the boards. Has it in his skates. Cardwell is poking away at it. Now Vierling finds it back to Cholach. Cholach to the net. Parsons the save. Puck's loose. And the Rangers pick it up. Puck sent right in front of the Ranger net. Puck's turned over. Jelsma with possession. Back to Vierling. Vierling in the high slot. Backhand in front. Vierling shot. Stop. Rebound. They jam away at it. And it looks like Parsons was able to hold the line. He doesn't have his mask. But this top line for the Barrie Colts getting some energy, some great chances. As you see here, Vierling just going into the slot, finds Cardwell, but good work there. Jackson Parsons sitting on that line. Puck does not go in. And that line, a lot of firepower. Ethan Cardwell, he already has 3 goals in this preseason. 3 goals and an assist, the San Jose Sharks prospect. Face-off won by Kitchener. Jack Harper will send this one ahead. Puck's at center ice, punt it. Took a run at Fishman, delayed offside. Punt it. They'll pass that one over to Lemieux as we just passed the 8-minute mark of the first period. Still no score. Colts right now out shooting the Rangers 4-3. And shots last night were pretty close as well. It was 32-29 in favor of the Barrie Colts. As that shot from Frasca is blocked. Puck comes back to the point. Lemieux finds Matthews. Matthews on the wing. He's tied up there by Andrew LeBlanc. Sends it back behind the Kitchener net. Rangers with it. They send it to the corner. Frasca will get to that loose puck. Finds Punnett. That pass, though, is picked off, and here's a chance for the Rangers. Fishman, he has to turn around. He couldn't get an open lane. And now it's turned over. Ty York, his pass goes off a skate. Far side. Setting that one in is Andonovsky. Punnett ahead for Elenias. Matthews trying to pass it across. That was blocked. Now he'll send that one in. Swick moving that one ahead for Matthew Sopp. Sopp dropping it back. Back to Sopp. That misses. Sopp regroups. He'll put that one off the board, sending it down low. After it is Trent Swick. Swick, though, loses it to Tiller, but he gets some reinforcements. Rangers with a shot, and Thornton with the save. As that was Sopp with the chance in tight, but Thornton able to stand tall as he's now turned aside all 4 Ranger shots. As we're approaching the midway point of this first period, we'll get the face-off now to the right of Thornton. Face-off won by the Rangers. That one deflected wide. After it, Myslievic. Weigel gets it out to center. Tiller pokes at it. Puck's loose. Delayed offside here against the Colts. Parsons will leave it there for his defense. Far side. That's Myslievic. Vlad. He can't hold on to it. And Thornton will hold on. Now we've got a collision. Reed Vlad took a hit from Tiller, but looking like Grayson Tiller may have gotten the worst of that as he's hunched over. Not sure if he jammed his wrist or his shoulder. Tiller, he's going right to the dressing room, so here's a look at that. As those two tied up. Yeah, it looked like from that collision with Reed Vlad, something with his right shoulder. So we'll keep an eye on that. Grayson Tiller, he went right down to the dressing room. So Tiller, he was on the third pairing with Aitchison. Tiller, of course, playing with the Barrie Colts last season, looking to expand on his results from last year as the Colts get it out. Far side, that's Serpa ahead, in front, and Thornton somehow made that save. Looked like he may have gotten his blocker on it. Puck's inside the blue line, Rangers with possession. Serpa sends it in, but the Colts get it back. Baudouin to Kavanaugh, ahead, Mason, chipped off the boards there by Pickle. Mason gets to it, Rangers get it back. Serpa up the boards, Archer Cholach, he'll hit the brakes. Cholach avoids a second Ranger. Ahead for Baudouin, saw that hit coming last second. Puck goes to the net, and Parsons will cover it up. As we have a collision there on the far side, but nothing more will come of it. We're still looking for our first goal of the hockey game, and we'll take a quick break. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
So Anson Thornton, he's been kept busy here in the first period, and there's a look at that last opportunity for the Rangers. And Thornton just getting across in time with that blocker. What a fantastic save as Kitchener right now just pouring it on. And the Colts looking to respond. Still no score to report as the puck goes behind the Kitchener net. Evan Vierling collecting it for the Colts. Takes the hit. Punnett came off his point, and the Rangers are able to get this one out. Martin on the wing. Passing it back to the point. There's the shot. Scores! Right under the bar, Thomas Hamara. And he opens the scoring. The Kitchener Rangers, they're up 1-0. So some great patience there by Martin to set up Hamara for his first goal of the preseason. High slot right under the bar. What a shot. Thomas Hamara. And that's one I'm sure Thornton would like to have back. As that one just right over his glove under the bar, and the Kitchener Rangers open the scoring. 8:56 left to go here in the first. Face off one by the Colts. Cholach will send this one in. Parsons out to play it. Rangers with possession. Reed Vlad. That pass picked off by Frasca. He couldn't hold on to it. Thornton back behind his own net. He'll play that one ahead for Matthews. Rangers completing a line change. Frasca off the boards. And that'll be an icing call as the puck rolled towards the net. Gelsman, quite the foot chase there for it. Or, sorry, Ty York. But either way, that's going to be an icing call. 8:29 left to go. Take a look there at Parsons. He's had a pretty solid evening so far. He's only had to face 5 shots so far, but he's made a couple of goal line stands against the Barrie Colts as that shot's blocked. Colts with possession. Ian Lemieux gets this one out to center. Puck's knocked down. York takes a kick at it. Frasca's knocked down. Play continues. Cholach at his own blue line. So around one Ranger, moves ahead. Frasca will send it in. Puck's deep. First one on it, that's Antonovsky. Puck sent to the neutral zone. Settling it down there is Mitchell Martin. Puck goes around the boards. Punnett up to York. York takes a hard hit. That's from Martin as he lined up Ty York. Rangers moving it ahead. Sent into the zone by Bottineau. Puck comes back to the point. Krustevich. Another shot. That's blocked. Puck sent back in by Vasilevsky. That shot over the net. Puck goes to the corner. Kavanaugh nearly turned it over. Punnett trying to get it ahead. Finds Elenas. Elenas ahead. That's knocked down. Kavanaugh follows it up. Kavanaugh up to Jodwen. Sends that into the zone. Chasing after it. Weigel ties up his man. Rangers trying to turn it back the other way. Down to 7 minutes remaining in the first. Ronik Jodwen, center ice. One hand on his stick. Gets it into the zone. Jodwen in the corner, but he loses possession. Jodwen, though, gets it right back. Showing some great effort. Rangers move it out. Bottineau carrying it in. Kitchener right now making a line change. Jodwen avoids the hit. Puck's loose. Elenas gets it into the attacking zone on the wing, and Parsons seeing that shot all the way, and he's able to make the save. So the Barrie Colts looking for that response. Right now down by 1. Shots even 6 apiece. For the Kitchener Rangers after tonight, they have 2 more preseason games to go. It's going to be a home-and-home against the Mississauga Steelheads on the 24th and the 25th. As that seems to be the common theme this preseason for Kitchener, playing home-and-homes. Face-off won by the Rangers. Can't get out of the zone, kept in by Punnett. And that's in the corner. Baudouin. Back to Cholach. His shot blocked. Puck goes in the air. Baudouin following it up. It's in his skates. Baudouin with it. Takes the shots. And that one going out of play. Some great stick work there. Cole Baudouin stands 6'2" and 199 pounds. The 16-year-old. As he has a lot of potential. And Barrie Colts fans excited to see what Baudouin is capable of in his rookie season. He had 2 goals last night against the Kitchener Rangers. His only 2 goals of this preseason. And a great chance just a moment ago. Here's Reed Vlad. He takes the hit in the corner by Punnett. Jelsma follows it up. Puck stays in the Colts end. Puck squeaks out. Cardwell after it. Ethan Cardwell passing it to Jelsma. His shot stop. Rebound. And not able to get there in time was Vierling. Rangers get it out. Here's Connor Punnett. Puts on the brakes. Punnett across for Jelsma. Puck's bouncing. Jelsma picks it back up. Punnett will skate this one ahead. Puck taken away. Good work there by Rakoff. Rakoff with a shot. Getting a shoulder on it was Thornton. And that one will go out of play. As Rakoff showing that great release. He had an excellent rookie season last year with the Kitchener Rangers. He was a big part of Kitchener's run in the playoffs last season. Saw them upset the London Knights in the first round, but couldn't get past the Windsor Spitfires in the second round. It was quite the run by the Rangers, and looking to build on that momentum coming into this season. Face-off won by the Rangers. Shot towards the net. That's blocked. Puck goes to the corner. Rangers with possession. Puck's left there in the corner. Serpa after it. Mislevic putting that one back to Serpa. Serpa comes back to the point. There's the shot right on goal, and Thornton able to cover it up as Rangers continue to put on some pressure here on the Barrie Colts. 5 minutes remaining here in the first period as we take a look at that last opportunity. As Serpa just great work getting that puck to the point, setting up that shot. Thornton able to get the best of him. And we can expect to see more of that from the Kitchener Rangers. They like to get their defense involved with the offensive chances, and we've seen that a lot so far here in this first period. Puck's down low. Pickle had it for a moment. Rangers disrupt that play. Here's Swick. Bodwin got in the way. Colts get it back. Cholach turns it over. Some good work here by Matthew Sopp. Rangers get it right back. Turning it around is Martin. Puts it across. On the far side there was the defenseman, Motu. Mason ahead, and the Colts get it out. Pickle, his pass is blocked. Rangers get it back, turning it around. Brustevich. Brustevich moving it ahead. Rangers with possession still. That pass is blocked. Colts trying to get it out. Here's Weigel. Weigel on the far side. He's rubbed into the boards. Puck goes to the corner. Bontenot sends this one ahead. Kitchener with possession. That pass blocked. Colts get it back. Under 4 minutes left to go in the first. 1-0 Rangers. Hamara with the lone goal so far for Kitchener. And that one's going to be an offside call against the Barrie Colts. And there's Ronik Jodwen. It's actually his birthday today, so happy birthday going out to Ronik Jodwen. Jodwen coming off a great season last year. He played last night and earned himself 1 goal. It was a +2. So Jodwen trying to have another great showing against the Kitchener Rangers this weekend. Puck comes back to the point. Vlad moving it ahead. Rangers with it. That pass blocked by Lemieux. Punt it. Can't get it out, but Jelsma will. We got a 3-on-1 developing. Here's Cardwell. Cardwell passing it over to Jelsma, but Parsons got a stick on it. Rangers back the other way. Rakoff carrying it in, trying to drop it back. Instead, it ends up with Serpa, puts it to the net. Rangers still with it. Kitchener with possession. Rakoff put that back behind the net. At the point. Jadanovsky, his shot blocked. Looked like Aitchison may have blocked that shot. Serpa in the corner, being tied up by Aitchison. Gerling trying to help out his teammate in that battle on the far side. Continue to dig away at it. Rangers get it out at the point. Here's Jacob LeBlanc, his shot on goal, stopped by Thornton. Gerling behind his own net, chips it off the boards, that's blocked. Tries the other side, Jelsma chasing after it. LeBlanc keeps it in. Kavanaugh misses it, but Aitchison will get it out. Colts with possession. At center, Ty York couldn't control that pass. Rangers trying to turn it back the other way. Andonovsky goes back behind his own net, being chased here by York. Andonovsky on the far side. That pass deflected. Cholach back after it. Cholach putting on the brakes. Ahead for Ty York. He'll send this one in. Parsons behind his own net. He decides to play it. Under 2 to go here in the first period. 1-0 Kitchener. Rangers to the blue line and out. Cholach from his own blue line. He'll put this one across. Kavanaugh skating it ahead for Barrie. Drops it back to the point. York keeps it in. Ty York has it in his skates. Can't hold on to it. Puck's on the line. Colts pick it up. Kavanaugh takes the hit. Rangers trying to turn it back the other way quickly on the far side. That's Mitchell Martin. Puck knocked down, kept in by Kitchener. Cholach gets it down in the corner. Ahead for Matthews. Chips it off the boards, ends up in the neutral zone. Bruskovitz. He'll pass that to his defense partner. Bruskovitz carrying it in here for Kitchener. Kick save there by Thornton. Big rebound. Puck's in the slot. Mason will pick it up here for the Colts. Rangers, though, get in the way again. A delayed penalty call coming against the Colts. First penalty of the game, and it's going to be for cross-checking. And heading to the penalty box here, that'll be Cole Bodwin. And you see here, Kitchener just doing a great job creating those opportunities. And then Bodwin, 2 hands on his stick, knocking down the Ranger. That was Rakoff. Rangers getting their first power play of the night. So far in the preseason, the Kitchener Rangers 2 for 8 on the power play, so that's 25%. So we'll see what they can do here. Just 46 seconds left in the period. Hamara to Vlad. Back to Hamara. Serpa. Back to Hamara. He has the lone goal here tonight. Tomas Hamara. Passing that one over. There's the shot. Stopped by Thornton. He got a piece of it. Serpa to Hamara. Hamara, backhand pass. There's the shot. It's blocked. Lemieux got in the way. Firing that one was Carson Raykop, but Thornton getting help from his penalty kill unit in front of him. Kitchener Rangers continue to show some great puck movement. And just getting those lanes to open up. We see those shots from the point. Right now, 11 shots for Kitchener here in this first period, and a lot of them coming from the point. Face-off won by the Colts. Puck kept in by Hamara at the point. Rangers with possession. Here's Serpa. Back to Hamara, but that misses. And the Rangers have to regroup. 10 seconds left in the period. Maybe time for one more rush here from Kitchener. Raykop putting that one across. Martin touches it, but that's going to be an offside call here against the Kitchener Rangers, and we'll get one more face-off to finish off this period. As it was a bit of a slow start for the Kitchener Rangers, the top line for the Barrie Colts putting on some great pressure, but since then it's been a steady increase here from Kitchener. As they drop the puck, and that'll do it for the first. As the Kitchener Rangers enjoying that 1-goal lead, and they will have 1:14 to work with on the power play when we start the second. As these two teams will take a bit of a breather, and we'll take a break ourselves. It's 1-0 Kitchener after the first 20 minutes of play. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details. Sports fans know Sundays are for football. That's why you need NFL Sunday Tickets. With NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll get every live game, every Sunday afternoon, all season long. Follow your favorite teams and players live in HD. Order NFL Sunday Ticket and get up to 200 regular season games. Call your local service provider today.
Safe channels for motorized boats, especially with deeper drafts, are generally marked with channel markers. Most are red or green and are either floating ones, called buoys, or on shore, called day beacons. Another caution you should be aware of is this: a diving flag. A diving flag indicates diving activity in progress, and you should stay at least 100 feet away.
So the fans eager to get this season underway. We've got both Colts and Ranger fans here at the Saddle Inn Arena, and it's been an entertaining first period so far between these two, as the Rangers right now enjoying a 1-goal lead after 20 minutes of play, and it's just been a steady increase of pressure from the Kitchener Rangers, but Barrie right now getting some solid goaltending from Anson Thornton, the former Sarnia Sting, as he's right now looking pretty good here in this preseason as we take a look at some of the action from that first period of play. And you'll see that both teams getting some good opportunities, some good goaltending from both sides, as we'll get to those replays in just a moment. But, it's been a steady show here from both goaltenders for Kitchener and Barrie. And you'll see here also some physical play as Kavanaugh delivering that check. Parsons with the turnover, and then just miscues by the Barrie Colts in the offensive end. But those miscues, though, some great defensive work by the Rangers, resulted in a breakaway from Raykop and an awesome save there from Thornton. And then you see here some great puck movement by the Rangers. That's been a common theme here, getting the defense involved. And then Parsons, as I mentioned, he's also had to make a few great saves here for the Kitchener Rangers. And then Hamara, the lone goal scorer, you just see that snapshot, gets in the high slot, puts it right under the bar, and that's where we stand after the first period. And after that, still Thornton having to make some big stops as it's been a wave of momentum from the Blue Shirts. The Barrie Colts also getting some good opportunities as well, but Parsons just so comfortable and just very casual between his pipes, and it's been working out so far as his team right now enjoying that 1-goal lead. And as we continue to move along through the first intermission, we'll take another quick break as we can't wait to get the puck going again here at the Saddlein Arena. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey here on Rogers TV.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Do you have something to share? Let everyone know about your next meeting, your need for volunteers, or your fundraising event on the Rogers TV Community Billboard. Send us your words and we'll bring them to life on Rogers TV and rogerstv.com. When it's time to spread the word, go to rogerstv.com to add your announcement to the Community Billboard.
To paddle a kayak effectively, you need to use your body efficiently. And the key is good posture. Sit up straight and relax your shoulders. Your torso will do most of the work. Your arms and shoulders are there to transmit the power to the paddle. Make sure that you have plenty of torso rotation. And be careful not to bend your wrists to reduce the chance of straining them.
So we've got some time still until the start of the second period, and for the Barrie Colts, a lot of these players looking forward to that next stage in their careers. And for Hunter Haight, especially last summer, he was in Montreal for the NHL entry draft, where he was selected by the Minnesota Wild. And for him and his family, it's an exciting time. And we'll have a feature about Hunter Haight and his experience at the NHL draft.
2 years in one.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of time spent in the basement. I have a little gym set up there, but yeah, it's a lot of being, on Zoom calls for school and then doing what I can to, shoot pucks or.
Was it difficult in a year?
Yeah, it definitely was. I think it was an adjustment period for me. It was for everybody coming into the OHL. They all missed a season, but I think, it was an adjustment for me.
Perception is that you came a long way in the second half and you performed well at the combine. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think it had a lot to do with confidence and building confidence and finding my game, getting comfortable. throughout the season. And I think, yeah, I did finish strong and have a good second half.
And there is, again, a perception that Barry might be, there's a situation with the overages and stuff, but Barry should have a pretty good team this year.
Yeah, I know we picked up goalie there with Anson Thornton, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. Great conversations with Marty and the staff there, and yeah, I'm just really excited for the season.
Did you get a sense that it was Minnesota at all during the process?
When I was at the Combine, I had a really good conversation with them during my interview. I hadn't talked to them a whole lot, but yeah, it was a great conversation. I felt really comfortable in the interview, and I had a bit of an indication. Yeah. Thanks. I would say my hockey sense. I think I'm a very smart player and a very versatile player, and can read different situations really well. I think skating is probably one of my best as well.
On the flip side of that, where do you think the biggest place you can gain in the next coming years?
Yeah, I think it's just maturity in terms of my size and strength. That's something that a lot of 18-year-olds coming into the league need to work on. I think my physicality to my game, adding that throughout the season, I think that's going to be huge for me.
What was just your reaction when you hear your name, and then what comes to mind when you hear Minnesota?
Yeah, it was just overall excitement. Yeah, I'm so happy that my support family, my friends' family were all here for me, and yeah, it was just an honor. And to be Minnesota, like I said, I was super happy with the interview at the Combine. So yeah, I'm just excited. Yeah.
You get to go to their development camp now coming up next week.
Yeah.
See you there. I'm Sarah. I cover the team for the newspaper there. Nice to meet you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks.
Take me through this year in Barry. I see your game grew over the year, but just take me through what in Barry helped you get to this point.
Yeah, I would say, as a whole, it was just, like I said, getting comfortable within the team, within the systems that we were running, and I think I adjusted throughout the season. And yeah, we found our game in that second half, and we started playing together for each other, and yeah, that's something that I think helped.
What do you need to work on over the next couple of years to wear this jersey full time?
Yeah, I'd say just my strength and size. Consistent work in the gym and on the ice, working to build my strength and utilize myself as physically. As the NHL is a man's game, and I have time to develop, but that's something I need to step in the NHL.
Congratulations, Hunter Hayton, being drafted to the Minnesota Wild. I know Wild Green it looks great on the jersey, but we can't wait to see him back out on the ice with the Barrie Colts. And right now his team trailing the Kitchener Rangers 1-0. And we're just about 6.5 minutes away from the start of the second period, as the fans here eager to get the play back underway. So we'll send it to break. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Sports fans know Sundays are for football. That's why you need NFL Sunday Tickets. With NFL Sunday Ticket, you'll get every live game, every Sunday afternoon, all season long. Follow your favorite teams and players live in HD. Order NFL Sunday Ticket and get up to 200 regular season games. Call your local service provider today.
Rules of the road help everyone avoid collisions on the water. As a powerboater, you must give way to all paddlecraft and sailboats under sail. And when operating near a paddlecraft, slow down and mind your wake. In a small motorboat, always be on watch for larger vessels. It is harder for them to see you. Stay off the water in reduced visibility, when it will be more difficult to navigate and to be seen.
We're about ready to go for the second period, and I kind of wish I had onesies like those purple ones with the sparkles. Those look fantastic, but I don't think they make them in my size. But in the meantime, let's take a look at some of the stats from the first period. The Kitchener Rangers out shooting the Barrie Colts 11-8, and it was a steady climb for Kitchener. A bit of a slow start in the first, but really pouring it on there late. They do have that power play heading into the second period, as Kitchener right now with a bit of that momentum. And also looking at our scoring summary, not much to show, just the one goal, and that one's from Tomas Hamara, his first of the preseason, and it was a great setup by Martin. Mitchell Martin just finding Hamara coming off that blue line and getting it right under the bar, and that's where we stand after 20 minutes of play. Hamara and his lone goal, and that also happens to be our play of the period. You'll see here Martin takes the hit from Punnett, but he's still able to find Hamara coming off that point. And he has that laser of a shot going right under the crossbar and in. Not much that Anson Thornton could do there, as the Barrie Colts looking to respond. And we'll take another break as the young fans just eager to get going here at the Saddlein Arena. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
My dad was a railway porter. It was just about the only job a black man could get. But he had big plans for us. Music would be our ticket out of poverty. I knew we couldn't afford that piano, so I practiced twice as hard.
Nice, Daisy. Okay, Oscar, let's hear it.
Turns out, I wasn't half bad. Then I found jazz. It found me. It wasn't all easy, though. I faced a lot of hate. But I found my stage. They call me the man with four hands. Well, I don't know about that, but let's see how far this ticket takes me.
From Montreal to Carnegie Hall and far beyond, Oscar Peterson became one of the most recorded and celebrated jazz musicians of all time.
Focus better.
Heal better.
Sleep better.
Partner better.
Create better. Love better.
Breathe better.
Learn better.
Laugh better. Lead better.
Think better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Happy better. Everything gets better when you get active.
Moments away from the start of the second period between the Colts and the Rangers. And let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's 5 other games taking place around the Ontario Hockey League as the preseason well underway. The Sudbury Wolves earning a 5-1 win on the road against the Peterborough Petes. That was earlier this afternoon. And then down in Niagara, the Ice Dogs and Otters, they're tied, or actually now it's 3-2 Niagara. Fun rivalry between Gatineau and Ottawa. It's the Olympique with a 4-1 lead, and that's in the second period. London and Sarnia, they are tied at 2 apiece in the second period. And the Sioux Greyhounds right now ahead 2-1 on the Saginaw Spirit. That's also in the second period. Heading into the second period here, it's 1-0 Kitchener. The Rangers right now on the power play for another minute 14. And we are back underway. Face-off won by the Colts. Connor Punnett, he'll send this down the length of the ice. Knocking that one down is Raykop. Rangers at center. Reed Vlad. He'll drop this one back to Serpa. Serpa ahead for Martin. Martin sending that one down low. Serpa behind the Barrie net. Raycup coming off the point. That one, though, taken away by Cardwell. Cardwell can't hold it. Puck gets to the blue line and out. Hamara passing that one ahead for Vlad. He'll chip it off the boards. Raycup and Hamara, they'll switch spots. Sending that one in. Serpa to Martin. Martin tied up there by Ian Lemieux. Puck goes behind the net. Reed Vlad from the corner. Backhand pass to Hamara. Raycup on the near side. He'll pass it across. Serpa settles it down. Martin to Serpa. Back to Martin. Puck rolls away from him. Lemieux after it. Those two continue to battle. Martin around the net. Passing it back to the point. Hamara. Hamara settling it down. Baudouin out of the box. Play continues, and that one's deflected out of play. As that puck bouncing everywhere in the stands, and we'll get the face-off. So the Barrie Colts successful on the early penalty kill, as the Rangers now 0 for 1 on the man advantage. As Thornton standing tall. No shots, though, to start the second period for the Kitchener Rangers as they were on the man advantage. Sop is going to be tossed out of the face-off circle. Here comes Adam Zidlicky. He'll take the draw. Zidlicky, he's leading the Rangers in scoring in the preseason. 3 goals and an assist. Haven't seen much of him yet in this hockey game as the puck goes to the corner. Vierling passing it to Gelsman. That hits the post. Bo Gelsman strikes iron. Rangers trying to get it out. Here's Swick. Settles it down. He's stopped there by Cholach. Rangers with possession. Brustevich sends it out to the neutral zone. Aitchison up to Jodouin. Ronik Jodouin. That pass deflected. Delayed offside here against the Colts. Rangers with possession. They've got some time to move it. Zidlicky on the wing. He loses an edge. Goes into the end boards. Colts pick it up. Jodouin gets it out of the zone. Motu backtracking, moves it ahead for Fishman. Here's a chance here for the Rangers. Breakaway shot stopped by Thornton. Rebound, and Thornton stretching that left leg across to deny that opportunity as Misljevic had that breakaway, but he was denied by the Colts goaltender. As you see here, Misljevic going to the net. Puck bounced on him, but man, oh man, Thornton getting that blocker save and then stretching that leg across. What a save. Anson Thornton, he has had an incredible night with some of those saves. Is trying to cement himself as a starting goaltender for Barrie this year. Colts with it, trying to build some momentum. That's deflected. And they lose sight of it. Now the puck comes down. Looks like it may have hit the rafters near the banners. And we'll get that whistle. Face-off coming into the Kitchener zone. So the Rangers continue to get those opportunities. Already 2 shots in this second period, but Thornton doing a great job. As both teams right now making the line changes with the face-off to the right of Jackson Parsons. Puck goes to the corner. LNS trying to kick that one forward. LNS, he's tied up. We're going to get a penalty call here. And it's going to be a hooking penalty against the Rangers as LNS was trying to get to the net. And heading to the box here will be Andrew LeBlanc. So first power play of the night for the Barrie Colts. So the Barrie Colts in this preseason, 3 for 14 so far. 21.4%. We'll see what they can do here. Trying to respond, down by 1. Frasca will take the draw. He has Gelsma and Cardwell on his wings, and then Vierling and Lemieux at the point. Face-off won by the Colts. Lemieux at the blue line. Finds Cardwell, takes the shot. That goes over the net. Loose puck picked up here by Reed Vlad. Vlad for the Rangers takes the shot. That goes over the net. Puck comes to the near side. Cardwell back behind his own net. Lemieux will skate this one ahead. Decides to drop it for Evan Vierling. Vierling gets it out of the zone. Sends it around the boards. Frasca waits for it. Trying to chip it back. Serpa will collect it instead. Frasca taken into the boards. Frasca, he's knocked down. Jelsma with it in the corner. Back to Cardwell. Ian Lemieux winds up. His shot blocked in front. That hit Jelsma. Evan Vierling back to Lemieux. Back to Vierling. Vierling to Jelsma. One-timer scores! Bo Jelsma through the 5-hole of Parsons. And the Colts are on the board. We are tied at 1. What a play here on the power play for the Barrie Colts. Lemieux, the quarterback, setting this one up. Vierling finding Jelsma alone in the slot. And he gets that one through from his knee. So good work, Bo Jelsma. And Frasca creating a bit of that screen, so I don't know if Parsons was able to see it. But either way, the Colts, they're on the board. Bo Jelsma, that's now 2 of the preseason. As he has got some momentum right now. Last night, Bo Jelsma had an assist against the Kitchener Rangers in a 6-2 win. So points in back-to-back nights. Puck's down low. Rangers trying to get to it. Delayed penalty call here. This is going to go against the Colts. It's a cross-check. Rangers going back on the man advantage. And it looks as though Jacob Frasca is the guilty party. Second power play of the night as we take a look at the penalty. You see the battle in the corner. And yeah, Frasca with the cross check on Martin. So the Rangers a chance to regain that lead as Serpa gets ready to take the face-off against Evan Vierling. Face-off won by the Colts. Can't get it out of the zone. Punt it behind his own net. Loses it in the skates of Martin. Serpa. Back to Hamara, back to Serpa. The lad can't get it out. That's at the blue line. Now the Colts will move it forward. Bo Jelsma, short-handed, getting it in the attacking zone. Evan Vierling follows it up. He'll send it to the neutral zone for Lemieux, taking time off this Kitchener power play. Puck sent deep. Parsons misses it behind his own net. Vierling on the forecheck, taking more time off this power play. Vierling taken down, tried to play it. Rangers moving ahead. Hamara gets it into the offensive end. Loose puck taken away by Beaudoin, but great work by Serpa to take it away from the rookie forward. Puck still in the neutral zone. Lemieux will send this one deep. Parsons out to play it. 1 minute remaining in the power play for the Rangers. Hamara passing that one over to Zidlicki. Raycomp around the boards. Our side, Serpa. Serpa knocked off stride, still trying to play it. Beaudoin gets to the point, not out. Kept in by the Rangers. Here's Raycomp, his shot, scores! What a shot, Carson Raycomp. He picked off that corner. I don't know if Thornton saw that one, but what a shot. Kitchener getting that power play goal. So we'll take a look at that replay. Colts just not able to get it out of the zone, and then Raycomp, nice shot, and standing right in front was Trent Swick. I don't think it went off Swick, so that should be Raycomp's goal, but what a shot there from the Rangers forward. Carson Raycomp, that's now 3 goals in the preseason. Came in with 2 goals and an assist so far. And just adding to his total. Colts looking to respond. Here's Pickle on the wing, takes the shot. That goes wide. Weigel couldn't get a stick on it. Puck's down low. Moving that one around is Elenes. Kavanaugh in front. Elenes, he was tied up. Rangers trying to get it out. Weigel back in the neutral zone. Puts it off the boards. Elenes skating in here for Barry. Puck knocked off his stick. Kavanaugh puts it off Elenes. Rangers pick it up. Brustevich sending that one ahead. Zidlicki carrying it in here for Kitchener. Trying to get through Cholach, but the Ukrainian defenseman takes it away. Fans on the pass attempt. Cholach trying it again this time. Now connects with Jelsma. Jelsma facing some pressure here. Kavanaugh gets it out to the neutral zone, but that goes off the stanchion between the player benches, and we'll get the whistle. So a lot of excitement here in the second period as we're approaching the 7-minute mark. Kitchener up by 1. As these players, some of them playing for jobs on these two teams before the regular season. It seems as though some of these guys as well just getting back their playing legs from last season and looking pretty good in the process. Colts move it to the blue line, kept in by LeBlanc. Puck's deflected, Rangers with it, and the Colts take it away. Cardwell reaches center ice. Ethan Cardwell trying to do it alone. Cardwell still with it, puts the brakes. Cardwell at the point, backhand pass up to Aitchison. That's deflected. Lemieux to Cardwell. Cardwell waits, fires. That one off the stick of Adanovsky. Puck stays in the Kitchener zone. Vierling to Jelsma, takes the hit, goes back to Vierling. In front, deflected, puck's loose. Aitchison couldn't get that shot off. Evan Vierling keeps possession, decides to go to Bo Jelsma. A Ranger loses a stick. There's the shot, and making the nice glove save is Parsons. As Jelsma trying to get his second of the night. And a nice glove save there by Jackson Parsons. Parsons between the pipes just looks so calm there. He's now faced 11 shots from the Barrie Colts. As Frasca gets ready to take the draw here for Barrie, up against Joseph Serpa. Face-off won by the Colts. Punt it. Fans on the shot attempt. Rangers get it out. Bouncing puck. After it is Raykop. He has 1 goal already tonight. Puck's in the corner. Connor punt it. Ahead for Frasca. Frasca into the zone, putting it towards the net. Rangers pick it up. Vlad ahead for Serpa. Raykop in front, scores! What a setup by Raykop, finding Thomas Hamara. And the Rangers extend their lead. It's now 3-1. So the defenseman, Thomas Hamara, 2 goals tonight. He's just following Raykop as he was going into the attacking zone. As we take a look at the replay, Hamara joining the rush, finds Raykop, and instead of taking the shot, he was thinking pass all the way, and he tips that one in. Great heads-up play from Carson Raykop to find Hamara. Now a 3-1 hockey game in favor of the visitors. Puck's taken away here by the Colts. In the neutral zone, it's Lemieux. Lemieux backtracking into his own zone, passes it ahead. That's deflected. As nearly taking that away was Motu. So Barrie Colts trying to find a way to respond, giving up that latest goal. But it is the preseason. Teams trying to try out different lines to see what kind of chemistry they can develop. The Barrie Colts, they had that big win at the Odd last night, 6-2. And here tonight, it's the Rangers getting the best of the Colts at the Saddleton. Elenes in the corner. A battle there. It's in his skates. Jodwin there to try and help him out. Jodwin's pass blocked. Now in a shot. Also blocked. Kavanaugh at the point. Kavanaugh with a shot stop. Rebound. Puck goes behind the net. Jodwin with it for the Colts. Jodwin towards the net. That misses. Kavanaugh off the point. He's bumped off the puck. Rangers will get it ahead. Swick reaches center. Swick gets by Lemieux, still with it towards the net. He's by himself as the Rangers are making a change. And Thornton got a glove on it, and we'll get the whistle. So we're approaching the midway point of this hockey game, so we'll wait and see if we'll get a goaltending change here, because it's typically what we see in the preseason. However, last night, Marcus Vandenberg for Kitchener played the entire game, whereas Ben West got the start last night for the Barrie Colts and then was filled in by Sam Hildebrandt for the second half. So we'll see if Hildebrandt will get some action here tonight. Puck sent deep. No icing. On it. Towards the net. Vierling trying to pass it back. No one was there for it. Jelsma along the boards. Passing that one back. It's taken away. Good stick work there by Misiljevic. Zidlicki trying to go back to Misiljevic. Colts get it ahead. Here's Cardwell. Through the neutral zone. Ethan Cardwell trying to get to the net. Forced to turn around. Finds Jelsma. Shot stopped by Parsons. Nice save there again. Colts move it back. Punt it. Takes their shot in front. That's blocked. Colts get another chance. Punt it. Passing it down low. Vierling chasing after it. Vierling in front. They jam away at it. That was Cardwell. Vierling in front. Jelsma couldn't get a stick on it. Jelsma gets it again. Fires and puts that one wide. Vierling finds Jelsma again. Waits. Goes for the wraparound, but that one misses the intended target. Rangers move it back the other way. Now we've got an incident behind the play, as Cardwell is going to get a penalty here. He was mixing it up with Matthew Andonovski. The fans here don't agree, as they're sharing their opinions from the stands, and it's going to be a slashing penalty against Cardwell. As we take a look at the replay, you'll see that Cardwell and Andonovski having quite the battle. And there's the slash. So Cardwell, he's going to go off for 2 or less. But in the meantime, we're going to take a break. It's 3-1 in favor of Kitchener. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to
it around the point. Here's Raykop. He'll backhand this one back, trying to find the defenseman there, as Hamara couldn't hold on to it. Baudouin along the wing. Taken into the boards there by Hamara. Baudouin still with it. Taking time off this Kitchener Rangers power play. It's the third power play of the night for Kitchener. They're 1 for 2 so far on the man advantage. Hamara dropping it back for Serpa. Far side, Vlad. That's blocked by Cholach. Serpa in the corner. Raykop gets it at the point. Finds Hamara. Back to Raykop. Raykop with a shot. Stopped by Thornton. Lemieux trying to settle it down. Rangers get it back. Reed Vlad. Serpa across for Raykop. Raykop already a goal and assist tonight. Hamara to Serpa in front of Vlad. And nice glove save there by Anson Thornton. Flashing the leather and keeping this a 2-goal hockey game. Take another look at that save. Kitchener with the puck movement, but Reed Vlad putting it to the net, and Thornton saying, not today. Nice glove save there by the Colts goaltender. That's now 16 shots on net for the Rangers. As the puck goes around the boards, Kavanaugh can't get it out. Brucevic over to Sop. Sop keeps it in, drops it back. Weigel gets to it and clears the zone. Parsons. He'll play that one ahead for Brustevich. Sedlicki on the wing. Gets it in the corner, puts it around the boards. Rangers with possession. 16 seconds left in this power play. Sop leaves it there. Following it up, Misljevic. But Kitchener can't hold on to it. Puck comes back to the neutral zone. Cardwell about to come out of the penalty box. Sop from the side of the net holds on to the near side. Pass it back, and here comes Cardwell out of the penalty box. Breakaway. Cardwell on net. Shot puts it wide. Great chance there by Cardwell, then some miscommunication at the blue line. Ty York, he'll carry this one in for the Colts. Finds Matthews, his shot blocked. Puck's still loose. Parsons trying to poke at it. Rangers get it to the blue line. He'll pass this to an open wing. Lemieux pouncing on it. Ian Lemieux into the attacking zone for the Colts. Lemieux turning it around. Still with it, puts it to the corner. Cardwell chips it there for York. His pass deflected. And the Rangers get it out. Not enough for icing. Both teams right now making some changes. Aitchison, long pass. York got a stick on it. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc passing it across. Stop! Oh my goodness! What a save by Thornton as he comes across and makes an amazing glove save. How does he keep doing it? Here's LeBlanc. He'll take this one into the zone. Backhand pass. But then Thornton with the windmill glove save. Outstanding work by Thornton with the highlight variety save. So while we have a moment, let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier this afternoon, the Peterborough Petes falling to the Sudbury Wolves by a score of 5-1. Down in Niagara in the third period, the Ice Dogs, they're up 3-2. The Gatineau Olympique still holding on to that 3-goal lead. It's now 4-1 over the Ottawa 67s. London Knights and Sarnia Sting still tied at 2 apiece. And over in Sault Ste. Marie, it's the Greyhounds up 2-1 on the Spirit. So the OHL preseason in full swing as we get set for the regular season to begin September 29th. As Thornton, he'll go back into his nets. And both teams deciding to keep the goaltenders the same, so we won't have a goaltender change in this hockey game. But why would we? Both these goaltenders have been putting on quite the show here tonight. Thornton, of course, he was acquired from the Sarnia Sting during the offseason, and he has been putting on quite the performance here tonight. Face-off won by the Colts. Lemieux in the corner. He's tied up. Rangers with possession. LeBlanc trying to put it out in front. There's a shot from the point, deflected wide. Ananovsky putting it down low. It's on the side of the net. Aitchison will play it. Rangers still with possession. Andrew LeBlanc. He'll put that one back to the point. Ananovsky with a shot, blocked on the far side. That's Jack Harper. Rangers keeping in the attacking zone. Now the Colts will get it out. Puck's at center. Frasca got that one ahead, but Matthews couldn't control it. Kitchener back behind their own net. Harper passing that one ahead. Kitchener able to get that one out. Jesse Fishman. Fishman putting it back as Bottineau sending it deep. Rangers still with it. Back behind the Barrie net. Colts now get it out. Kamara, 2 goals tonight. He'll backtrack for the Rangers. Passing that one over. Picked up by Motu. Serpa into the attacking zone, leaving it there for Raykop. Cholach He's taken down. We got a penalty call coming against the Rangers. And this will be a tripping call as the Barrie Colts are going to go on the power play for the second time tonight. And it looks as though Joseph Serpa will be the player serving that penalty. So the Barrie Colts already 1 for 1 on the power play. It's their only goal of the night from Bo Jelsma. So we'll see what the Colts can do here. 4:56 remaining in the second period. Jelsma on the ice again for Barrie with Frasca, Cardwell, and Vierling, and then Lemieux at the point. Face-off won by the Colts. Here's Lemieux. Cardwell across for Vierling. Vierling holds, fires, and that hits the side of the net. Frasca finds Cardwell back to the point, but Lemieux couldn't get there in time. Power play now down to 1:41. Lemieux will set it up behind his own net. Cardwell gets by Martin. Ethan Cardwell still with it, trying to get around Motu. Behind the Kitchener net, fans on the pass. Vierling poked at it. Lemieux keeps it in. No, they're going to say that escaped the zone. And that'll be an offside call here against the Barrie Colts. That one a very close call. Both teams will make some adjustments. Power play now down to 1:23 for the Barrie Colts. As we take a look there at Simon Motu, he'll be counted upon this season for the Kitchener Rangers. As Motu on that top defensive pairing with Hunter Brustevich. Colts with possession. Here's Artur Cholach. Moving that one ahead as Weigel chasing after it. Zach Weigel around the net. Puck sent to the point and out. Cholach. He'll take his time here. 56 seconds remaining in the power play. Ty York. Pass deflected. Brustevich ahead. Chasing after it is Swick. Taking more time off this Barrie Colts power play. Ty York through the neutral zone. He'll carry it in, takes the hit. Puck goes to the corner. Weigel got his stick down low. Beaudoin in the mix. Here's Cholach at the blue line. Takes the shot, rebound, puck still loose. It's bouncing, they jam away at it. Rangers can't get it out. Matthews blocked that chance, and now Kitchener will get it out. Cholach avoids a couple of blue shirts, carrying it ahead. Cholach can't hold on to it. Puck goes behind the Kitchener net. Rangers about to kill off this power play. Punt it. Moving it ahead. Out of the box comes Serpa. Here's a chance though. Beaudoin with a shot. Didn't get all of that as it was deflected. Mason putting on some pressure here for Barrie. Battle on the far boards. Back after it. Motu. Puck taken away by Matheson Mason. Rangers, though, will get it out. Here's Serpa. Serpa moving it ahead. Down low, that's Motu. Colts with possession. Puck gets to the blue line and out. Pickle up to Mason. He'll send this one in. 2:13 remaining in the second. Kitchener up by 2. Mason to the net. Hits the side of the goal. There's a chance. Pickle's stick was tied up. Great work, Mitchell Martin, to disrupt that chance. Delayed offside here against Kitchener. And now we'll get the whistle with 1:53 remaining. It's been an exciting game so far here between the Colts and the Rangers, as these two teams gearing up for the 2022-23 regular season. And both fan bases having high expectations going into this regular season. Puck sent into the Kitchener zone. Back after it was Jacob LeBlanc. Zidlicki gets it out. Keyshawn Aitchison to Lemieux. That pass deflected. No icing. LeBlanc back for the Rangers. Cardwell got a stick on it, ends up in the corner. Bierling chasing after it. Rangers will get it out. Here's Bo Jelsma. Jelsma will drop it back to his defense. Time becoming a factor here in the second period. Cardwell at center finds Aitchison. Aitchison takes the hit. Puck goes down low. Bierling chasing after it. Bierling from his knees trying to pass it in front. It's on the side of the net. Cardwell in the corner trying to go back to Bierling. Bierling side of the net. Puck's bouncing. Rangers though will get a stick on it. And the puck sent ahead. Zidlicki chasing after it. Lemieux gets to it first. Rangers making a change, but getting back in time is Brustevich. Sop reaching for it, but he couldn't touch it, so it's going to be an icing call now against Kitchener. 42.4 seconds remaining. Rangers can't make that line change because of the icing call. And we'll get the faceoff now to the left of Parsons. Frasca taking the draw against Sop. Kavanaugh from the point, and that's a quick shot, but at the top of his blue paint is Parsons, and he'll hold on. As Parsons having a pretty solid night here for Kitchener. And we'll do this face-off all over again. Face-off this time won by the Rangers. Swick on the far side. He loses the handle of it. Taking it away now is Luke Elenes. Frasca on the wing. Takes the shot, blocked. Puck's loose. 22 seconds remaining. Raycop passing that one over to Motu. Motu takes the hit. Still able to send that into the zone. Couple of big collisions in the Barrie zone. Raycop along the boards. Puts it down low. Frasca takes it away. Raycop with a quick shot. That goes over the net. And that one coming just before the buzzer is the Kitchener Rangers. They had the Colts even this one up at 1 apiece, but they've scored 2 unanswered since. As the Rangers, after 40 minutes of play, they're enjoying a 2-goal lead. And we'll take a quick break. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
I'm Lise McCourt, the president of the RVH Auxiliary. Although we can't be there in person right now, the volunteers, the people that you see in the blue vests, continue to raise funds for RVH. We've been a fundraising force for RVH for over 125 years, having raised $12 million in the past 12 years. The Auxiliary continues this work with our most recent pledge of $5 million. All proceeds go to patient care at RVH. Our jackpot draws will be held monthly with early bird prizes for each draw. In our first jackpot draw, the winner took home over $36,000. The early bird prizes include a combination of cash and gift cards supporting local businesses. The Auxiliary raises funds to help ensure that when our loved ones need care, they have the best available right here in our region. So buy your tickets early and don't miss out on your chance to win.
Could you use some extra cash? Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo on Rogers TV for your chance to win. We have $2,500 in prizes up for grabs every Tuesday night. 5 ways to play, 20 chances each night, but only one way to win. Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. only on Rogers TV.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
So after 2 periods of play, the Barrie Colts finding themselves down by 2. It's been an exciting preseason game so far here between these two, not rivals. They don't really see each other too often. Last season, these two teams never faced off during the regular season, so it's nice to see the Rangers back here at the Saddleland Arena, even though it's just a preseason game. But it's been an exciting one so far, and we'll take a look at some of the highlights from that second period, as it was just back to end-to-end action at times, and both goaltenders standing tall. And we see here early chances for the Barrie Colts, but Parsons making those big saves. But here's some more great action from the Kitchener Rangers, as Thornton just stretching across to make that toe save. And that's just really been the theme from Thornton coming over from Sarnia. And then Bo Jelsma on the power play, finally solving Parsons. It was 1-1 at that point, but the Rangers respond again. Rakoff, what a shot. He picked off that corner. And it's just been back and forth between these two teams, and this top line for the Barrie Colts has been generating chance after chance. There's another one from Bo Jelsma, but this is a great setup. Watch Rakoff putting that in front, and Hamara just guiding that one in. Rakoff thinking pass the entire way, and then Thornton just glove save after glove save. That was just one of many from the Barrie Colts goaltender. And then here's the breakaway chance from Cardwell, but he puts that one wide. And that's just been the way this game has been. We've seen lots of great chances from both teams, and the goaltending has been stellar. And I'm sure we'll see more of that coming into the third period here between the Barrie Colts and the Kitchener Rangers. And right now we will send it to break, as we've got more excitement to check out here in the second intermission. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
You should expect to take the occasional fall when you are paddleboarding, so always have your tether attached. If you lose your balance, aim for the side so that you fall into the water. To get back on your board from the side, pull yourself aboard while remaining in the prone position. Once aboard, reorient yourself so that you're facing the front of the board. Then, using your paddle to brace yourself, get up to your knees and then stand.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
On Rogers TV, we have a reality show like no other. It has a great cast of characters. Some you may have even helped land the role. Each episode has something different. Plans are devised, decisions are made, votes are cast, and money is spent. It's local reality TV that you won't want to miss. And it's exclusive to Rogers Cable customers. Catch your municipal council coverage on Rogers TV. Visit rogerstv.com for broadcast details.
So the Barrie Colts right now trailing the Kitchener Rangers by 2. We still have about 10.5 minutes remaining until we get back to the third period. But in the meantime, we'll take a look back at the OHL draft from this back in the summer. It was an exciting draft because we had the draft lottery, and that was a first for the Ontario Hockey League. The Saginaw Spirit ending up with the first overall pick, which of course became Michael Misa. And we'll look back at the top 4 picks from the draft, and it's going to be exciting because we're going to see some of these players during the regular season. So let's look back at the OHL draft from this past summer.
The Barrie Colts are pleased to select with their first round selection from the Nepean Raiders, Cole Baudouin.
Oh, I thought it was top 4.
Well, obviously he was very impressive. You know, I thought it tended to get some good options, but, you know, for us, Cole just kind of checked all our boxes that we wanted. I went down and saw him at Scotia Pond there in that midget tournament, and, for such a big guy and to have a motor like he has, and he plays as hard as he has, he was just impressive. And I just, when we talked with our scouting staff, we believed he was just a guy that we couldn't let go by us. And one of our mandates, we wanted to get a little bigger. And, but, he brings, he's got skill and he's got size and, he's got a motor like he has. He really does check all the boxes. And that's kind of, what has impressed us so much with him. Well, I just think being highly competitive, I think that's one of the biggest skills you have to have. And when you see the motor he has and how he just keeps working at the end of plays, at the beginning of plays, early in games, in blowouts, he just doesn't stop. And that just shows me that he's a really competitive kid. I mean, he's got pro bloodlines. His dad played in the NHL. Just seeing his dad and him interact, they're a competitive family in whatever sport they're playing, so that's just what really intrigued us. And we think he's a great fit for us. And I think it's what's going to allow him to play at a young age, step into our league. It's a tough league for young guys, but he's got a man's body already, and he's a competitive kid.
As we're waiting for the Barrie Colts to make their choice, and they have done that. And back to the Toronto Marlboros we go, and the Barrie Colts selecting Carter Lowe, Daryl.
Well, size again, another big forward, and when you get into the playoffs, to get to nets and to make plays, that size is an advantage as long as it doesn't limit you. And there's no limitations on Carter. He's a wonderful skater, high skill level. Heard he did very well at the under-17 camp. Again, just did a real intriguing package, in that.
A couple more have come in here. Lucas Elenis out of North York going to the Barrie Colts.
Well, I'm a big fan of Lucas, and we're very close to getting him signed. And I think again, I love his competitiveness, his hockey IQ. He shoots the puck so well. Again, this is a guy that we had in the top 10 early in the year, obviously, and then he fell with the injury. We've lived this before. Brian Little was a pick that was similar to that and turned out very well. We went through surgery with Forrester, who just came back to us, and I don't think this surgery is going to limit. I don't think there's anything to worry about. He's had it. He feels stronger than ever. He's back at full contact now, and we're real excited to see him at camp. And he's a guy that he's got this mild-mannered approach off the ice, and yet he's like a cutthroat player on the ice.
7th pick in round number 3, Keyshawn Atchison, the defenseman out of the North York Rangers programs.
Well, one of my favorite interviews. A smile on his face. He just seems to ooze that he loves to play this game. And I was able to watch him a fair bit, and he's a wonderful athlete. I think he's raw, but I think he's very coachable. I think he's, I'm really excited about this pick. Again, I just think he's a tough kid. He's battled things. He's a proud kid. But again, every single time I talk to somebody that interacts with him, they just comment about what a great person he is, and I just think he's special that way. And I think it might take him a little time, but again, he's going to be a really good player for us. And well, coming from Niagara back to Barrie, that I know a lot of people there and a lot of talk. And, Testa was really the talk of that team for the most part. But, going to the games and seeing Parker, I know he's undersized in that, but another kid that just won't be denied, makes plays with speed. We were just real impressed with him, and we thought he was great value, getting him at that kind of a spot. And, we'll see, he'll probably play Junior B this year and then hopefully step into our lineup. So another great kid, a great teammate. Just one of those guys that, when you start to talk the 4th and 5th rounds and that you can't pass on this kid. He's just too good of a hockey player.
So those are a look at the top 4 draft picks from the Barrie Colts in the last draft. So it's some exciting young talent to look forward to for Barrie Colts fans, and I'm sure we'll see some of those names in a Barrie Colts uniform in the upcoming regular season and in future seasons. So the future bright for the Barrie Colts, but in the meantime, they find themselves down by 2 against the Kitchener Rangers as, we get more snacks and we'll get ready to go for the 3rd period of play as we'll take another break. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
slave. That word, I hate it. It rests on my tongue like rot.
Peter, how does it feel to get paid for your work?
There are rumors freedom's coming for us all.
Freedom, you know that's all I want.
Chloe, careful. Vrooman would rather sell you across the river to America than let you go free.
Then I'll run.
I've run before. Maybe this time for good.
No! No! Just get her into a boat. No!
Chloe! Chloe, no!
Word of Chloe Cooley's resistance led to Canada's first legislation limiting slavery. After 200 years, slavery was abolished in Canada in 1834.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Just about 2.5 minutes away from puck drop for the third period of play. Kitchener right now enjoying that 2-goal lead. So let's look at some of the stats from that second period of play as shots even at 9 apiece in that second period after Kitchener outshot Barrie 11-8 in that first period. And it just goes to show how we had that back and forth action in that second period. A couple of power plays too for both teams. The Kitchener Rangers right now 1 for 3 on the man advantage, and for the Barrie Colts 1 for 2. Bo Jelsma getting that lone power play goal for the Colts. And then looking at the scoring summary, we had the 1 goal in the first period, but in the second, Bo Jelsma tied the game at 1 apiece. That was on the power play from Lemieux and Vierling. And then 5:33, Rakoff giving that lead back for Kitchener. That's his third of the preseason. Vlad and Bruskovic getting the assists on that goal, and that was a nice goal there from Carson Rakoff. And then Rakoff again, this time providing that assist at 8:17 on Tomas Hamara's goal. And that was a beautiful setup. He was looking past that entire way, and that ended up making it a 2-goal hockey game at that point. And let's take a look at our play of the period. And it's actually kind of hard to figure out which one to actually go with, because Anson Thornton, he has made some incredible glove saves tonight. And here's just one of those examples. This was actually the toe save. And then the Kitchener Rangers turning over the puck. Cardwell getting the breakaway chance, putting that one just wide as Kitchener pouring it on late. Here's the windmill save. This was sensational by Anson Thornton. And that's where we stand right now as we get ready for the third period of play. It's been an exciting hockey game, even though it might just be preseason action. These two teams putting it on the line as we're just eager to get things going for the regular season. Let's take a quick look, though, at the out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier this afternoon, the Sudbury Wolves earning a 5-1 win on the road in Peterborough. The Niagara Ice Dogs, Erie Otters, they're tied at 3, and that's in the third period. The Gatineau Olympique, they're up 6-1 on the Ottawa 67s. That's in the later stages of the third. London and Sarnia still tied. Right now it's 3 apiece. And then up in Sault Ste. Marie, it's the Greyhounds who find themselves up 2-1 on the Saginaw Spirit. And that's coming off a big Saginaw win on the road last night. So preseason action, it's a little unpredictable at times as teams still trying to figure out that chemistry, but it's exciting. Just means that the OHL season is around the corner, and we are underway as the Rangers have possession in the neutral zone. Moving it ahead, Serpa trying to chip that in, but it's blocked by Cholach. Artur Cholach. Missing some pressure there from Reed Vlad. Play continues along the boards. Frasca ahead for Matthews. Cooper Matthews. His pass picked off by Raykop. Vlad chipping that into the neutral zone. Cholach chasing after it. Artur Cholach ahead for Frasca. Frasca taking a big hit. That one laid out by Trent Swick. Play continues. Rangers with possession. Swick on the wing. His pass, though, picked off by Vierling. Bo Jelsma on the left wing. Holds onto it, trying to protect that puck. Along the boards, trying to go back to the point, but instead it's taken away by Kitchener. Mitchell Martin up to Motu. That's blocked. Along the far side, Vlad off the boards. There's Ananovich, and his shot stopped there by Thornton. Another chance, and it goes wide. Jelsma takes the hit, sending it down ice. Cardwell will beat out the icing call. Cardwell on his own. Vierling now there to help him out. Ethan Cardwell along that blue line, but Kitchener will take it back. Sending it deep is Bottineau. Kavanaugh can't get it out of the zone. Puck's down behind the Barrie net. Back after it is Keishon Aitchison. Puck sent back into the Kitchener zone. Jacob LeBlanc. Fishman. Jesse Fishman reaches center. He'll send this one in. Aitchison taken into the boards. Colts with it. LeBlanc along the boards. Bit of a dog pile there on the near side. Got a delayed penalty call. And this will go against the Barrie Colts. So it looks like Keishon Aitchison, he'll be getting the penalty here as he delivered that hit into the dog pile. You'll see here that extra shove, and that's what will do it. So the Kitchener Rangers back on the power play. This is their 4th of the night. And Kitchener going with Reed Vlad up with Serpa on his wing. Face-off won by the Colts. Raykov coming off the point. Rangers get it back. Vlad to Raykov. His shot stopped by Thornton. It's at the side of the net. Thornton trying to cover it up, and he'll pounce on it. And he'll hold on for the face-off as the Rangers now down to 1:44 on this power play. So you see there, Thornton getting that pad on it, able to hold it along the side of the net. Anson Thornton doing a good job keeping this a 2-goal hockey game as we're in the early stages of this 3rd period. Mitchell Martin being thrown out of the face-off circle, so in comes Reed Vlad. Face-off won by the Colts. Lemieux backhand, gets it out. Puck comes to center. Tomas Hamara will come back. Raykov. He'll pass to Serpa. Rangers trying to set things up here on this man advantage. Serpa through the neutral zone, passing that one ahead. Puck's bouncing, and the Colts get it out. Barrie right now changing that penalty kill unit as the power play for Kitchener down to 1:10. Raykov through the neutral zone. He'll carry it in. Trying to drop it back. Cardwell got a stick on it. Kitchener still with it. Here come the Rangers. Puck's in front. Frasca will find it. Gets it out. Hamara. They'll go to Serpa. Rangers trying to regroup here. Serpa puts it across. Collision there inside the line. Play continues. Serpa back at the point. Keeps with it. Trying to go back, but facing a battle there from Artur Cholach. Rangers follow it up. Frasca, long pass. That's knocked down. Here's Cardwell, shorthanded breakaway. Cardwell to the net. Backhand scores! What a goal from Ethan Cardwell. Shorthanded breakaway. And the Barrie Colts, they're within 1. So Ethan Cardwell showing those hands and what he's capable of when you give him a breakaway. Let's take a look at the replay. As Cardwell gets behind the defense, it looked like he was about to lose it, and then puts it 5-hole on Parsons. What a goal here. Ethan Cardwell, the San Jose Sharks prospect. Ethan Cardwell continues to have a solid preseason. That's 4 goals now to his credit. And right now, just some work on the ice. Then we get play going. We still have 24 seconds left in the power play for the Kitchener Rangers, as Kayshawn Aitchison is the player in the box for the Barrie Colts. So we'll see what kind of momentum this will give Barrie, getting that short-handed goal from Ethan Cardwell. Rangers get it off the draw. Jelsma chasing after it. Fishman back to the point. Brustovich keeps that in play. Vierling comes up with it shorthanded. He'll get this one out. Punt it. Sends that one in. Parsons couldn't hold it. Vierling on the far side to Jelsma. Jelsma holding it along the boards. Aitchison now out of the box, so back to even strength. Colts with possession. They'll send this one back as Ty York comes off the bench. Connor punt it. Ahead for York. He loses it. Can't hold it. There's a big hit on the far side. Justin Bottineau a little slow after that hit, but he stays in the play. Bottineau with it. Takes the shot. Stopped by Thornton. Bottineau has it in his skates. He's going to go off. He's feeling it from that hit that he received from Vierling. Rangers with it. LeBlanc couldn't get there in time. And the puck sails back into the Kitchener zone 5 minutes into the third period. Moving it up. Brustovich. Ahead. Brustovich. What a goal! Brustovich, who is deep in the Barrie Colts zone, he set up that give and go with Andrew LeBlanc. And the Kitchener Rangers have regained that 2-goal lead. And that's one thing we've been seeing quite steadily tonight. The defense of the Kitchener Rangers getting involved in the play. And there it is again. Brustovich going to the net and beats the outstretched arm of Anson Thornton. And that's now 2 goals in this preseason for Hunter Brustovich. So the Barrie Colts looking to dig themselves out of this hole. Right now it's Ty York along the wing. Ahead for Matthews. Matthews passing it. There's the shot, and Beaudoin putting that over the net. Buck's bouncing, and Parsons will cover it up. As Cole Beaudoin, the 10th overall selection in the OHL priority selection, getting a decent opportunity. So the Barrie Colts, they're going to make a line change, as are the Rangers. So we'll get this face-off now to the right of Jackson Parsons. Ronik Jodwen, the birthday boy, getting ready to take the face-off up against Serpa. Face-off won by the Colts. Cholach at the point, keeps it in. Still with it, takes a shot, scores! That one had eyes. Artur Cholach just putting that to the net. It went through a sea of legs. And the Colts, they're back within 1. So we'll take a look at the replay here. See Cholach just putting that to the net. It almost looked like maybe Matheson Mason got a stick on it. But you just see that crowd in front of Parsons. I don't think he saw this one coming until it was too late. And it's now a 4-3 hockey game. The Colts back within 1. Rangers looking to respond. There's a shot from Fishman. He puts that one over the net. Mason up to Pickle. Pickle will send this in for the Colts. LeBlanc, first one on it for Kitchener. Jacob LeBlanc skating it ahead here for the Rangers. Passing it to Sop. Sops backhand pass deflected. LeBlanc couldn't hold on to it. Colts chasing after it. Here's Ben Pickle. Pickle sending this one deep. They're giving credit to Cholach on that last goal, as they just announced it here at the Saddlein Arena. And Parsons, he'll hold on for the face-off. So 13:39 left to go here in the third period. The Barrie Colts down by 1 here against the Kitchener Rangers. This is the second game on back-to-back nights between these two. Face off to the right of Parsons. Weigel taking the draw up against Matthew Sopp. Face off one by the Colts. Cholach to the net, bouncing, loose puck, and that's off the side of the net. That was Frasca. Rangers get to the point, kept in by Cholach. LNS putting that one across. That's deflected. And the Rangers get it out. Swick sending that one deep. Kitchener completing the line change. Frasca to Weigel. Trying to get to LNS, but Zidlicki got a stick on it. But they're going to call this offside against the Barrie Colts. So a little bit of confusion there, as there's Luke LNS playing in just his second preseason game. He already has 1 assist to his credit, as the young forward trying to earn a spot in the lineup for the Barrie Colts. And he's been looking pretty good so far here tonight in his second game wearing a Colts uniform. Cholach. Long pass, that misses, goes wide of the net. Vierling beats out the ice, and Cardwell got a piece of it. Puck's loose, and it goes wide. Parsons getting a shoulder on that Cardwell chance. Colts still with it. Cholach to the net, kick save, rebound, and Cardwell couldn't get that shot away. Vierling, he's slow to get up. Rangers blocked that shot. That was Reed Vlad getting in the way. Far side, here comes Serpa, or make that Rakoff. Rakoff takes the hit. Colts with possession. Vierling sending it up ice. Cardwell trying to get around the defense. He's tied up. Bo Jelsma in the corner. Jelsma around the net. There's Vierling, and Parsons had that pad down. Punt it. Trying to go to the net. Vierling, puck got away from him. Punt it. Yanks that one out of the air. Jelsma in front. That's deflected, and Parsons is able to pounce on it. As the Barrie Colts, they're buzzing around that net. They have all the momentum right now. Let's take a look at that last opportunity. Punt it. Great work keeping that in play, and then Jelsma in front. And Cardwell got a stick on it, but just not enough, as Jackson Parsons having a great game here for Kitchener. Shots pretty even in this hockey game, favoring Kitchener 25-24. As the puck goes down the ice, icing waved off. Zidlicki beating that call, goes back to the point. Puck's down low after it. Andrew LeBlanc in front. Zidlicki takes the hit. Couldn't get that shot away. LeBlanc to the point. Paulette gets at the blue line. His shot blocked by York. LeBlanc, he's taken into the boards. Puck gets to the corner. Cholach in a battle. Lemieux trying to knock that puck free. And the Colts come away with it. Ty York finds Matthews. Matthews to Baudouin to York, and that pass was deflected. Off the point is Punnett, stopped by Parsons. Punnett putting it down low for York. Puck got away from delayed penalty call against the Colts. This one looks to be going against Ty York behind the Kitchener net. And it's going to be a hooking penalty, so the Kitchener Rangers going back on the power play. Take a look at the replay. You'll see they got the pressure. Ty York after that loose puck. And then you have the stick going into the gloves of Harper. And the refs, they're going to call that 9 times out of 10. If you get your stick into the gloves of the opposing player and they see it, they're going to call it. That's exactly what happened with Ty York. So another power play chance for Kitchener. They're already 1 for 4. Face-off won by the Rangers. Amara winds up, shot stopped by Thornton. Amara already 2 goals tonight, looking to complete the hat trick, the Ottawa Senators prospect. Amara passing that one ahead. Rakoff has to come back for it. Amara up to Serpa. Vlad on the wing, puts on the brakes, puts it across. Rakoff. Backhand pass to Hamara. Serpa gets it off the boards. His shot blocked by Punnett. Hamara at the point. Puts that one across for Rakoff. In front. Vlad lost his stick. It was actually broken. He thought there should have been a penalty. Play continues. Serpa to Hamara. Passing that over to Rakoff. Dropping it for Serpa. And that one's picked off by Jacob Frasca. Frasca, though, couldn't get away as he was disrupted. He wanted a penalty, but none coming. Midway through the 3rd period, 4-3 Rangers. Power play now down to 49 seconds for Kitchener. Carrying it ahead, that's Adam Zidlicki, putting it around the boards. Motu off the point. Briskovich to Motu. Motu's knocked down, tried to play it, and the Colts are able to get it out. Parsons will leave it there for his defense. Brustevich, he'll come out. He has a goal tonight. Brustevich passing it ahead. Sop putting that one over to Zidlicki. He takes the hit. Fishman lost the handle of it. Jodwen will get it out. So Ty York ready to come out of the penalty box. So Kitchener now 1 for 5 on the power play tonight. Sop takes the hit. Still with it. Passing that one over. From the corner. That shot's blocked. That was Zidlicki. Ian Lemieux. Long pass finds Bo Jelsma. Jelsma to the nets, and no, couldn't get that shot away. Great work, Hunter Brustevich. There's another shot blocked. That was Kayshawn Aitchison. Evan Vierling back at the blue line. Takes the shot, scores! Evan Vierling! The veteran forward puts it to the net, beats Parsons. And we are tied 4-all. It's a great play by Evan Vierling to get that one in. First of the preseason. Take a look at the replay here. Vierling coming back to the blue line and just fires it through the crowd. And that beats Jackson Parsons' left side. And the Barrie Colts have tied this one up 4. It's an exciting finish here between these two as Kavanaugh sends it ahead. Mason got a stick on it, so no icing. Rangers with possession. Getting it ahead, that was Jack Harper, far side. Good work there. Kavanaugh knocking that one off the stick of Misyuljevic. Harper into the attacking zone. Loses the handle of it as it was knocked away by Pickle. Icing is waved off. Rangers have to play it. Far side. Puck's poked away. Following it up. Bottineau. His shot wide to the net. Jacob LeBlanc. Passing that one over to Hamara. Hamara's shot stopped by Thornton. Puck's loose and it's in. Puck was bouncing around in the blue paint. And Justin Bottineau is celebrating as if it's his goal. And that puts the Rangers up again by 1. So I have to take a look at this replay to see how exactly this one went in. As Thornton was scrambling in his net. As Hamara just getting that shot. Looked like it bounced a couple of times and then may have gone off Bottineau and in. He was tied up with Cholach. Still not exactly sure how that went in, but it went off Bottineau from the looks of it, and the Rangers back up by 1. So we'll see if the Colts have it in them to tie it again here. 7:23 left to go in this hockey game. Connor punted, back after it for the Colts. Ahead to Matthews, misses Frasca. Rangers get it back. Brustevich. He'll send this one in. Thornton misses it. And we'll get the whistle here. Looks like it's an offside call, but anyways, it's the Rangers find themselves up 5-4, and we'll take a quick break. You're watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
So the Kitchener Rangers find themselves up by 1 as Jackson Parsons had to make some big saves here tonight for the Kitchener Rangers. Shot right now even at 27 apiece. As both Parsons and Thornton, they have been fantastic here tonight. Despite the high scores, these two goaltenders, they have been doing a fantastic job. And we'll see what these two teams have left with 7 minutes remaining in the third period. Fishman along the boards, can't get it out. Kept in by Matthews. Far side, Andonovski. He'll get this one out. Following it up, that's Trent Swick. Sop gets it into the attacking zone. Punt it, trying to get it out, and it's into the skates. Continue to battle in the corner. Lemieux comes away with it for the Colts. Matthews off the boards. That's knocked away. Frasca turns over the puck. Here come the Rangers the other way. Serpa to Vlad. His shot, shoulder saved by Thornton. Here comes Weigel. He'll pass this one over to Matthews. Back to Weigel. Zach Weigel tied up. Loses possession of it. Big hit in the corner. Rakoff comes out from behind his own net. Serpa carrying it ahead here for Kitchener. Up to Reed Vlad. Vlad on the wing, trying to pass that one back. Picked up here by the Colts. Kavanaugh up to Jodwin. Jodwin backhand pass, trying to go to Beaudoin. Puck kept in by Kavanaugh momentarily. Now it's sent to center ice. Ronik Jodwin losing it. Vlad knocks that into the Barrie zone. Ty York inside his own blue line. Zidlicki turns it over. Here's LeBlanc with a chance for Kitchener. Puts that over the net. Rangers trying to get it back. Beaudoin couldn't hold on to it. Here's LeBlanc in the corner. Takes the bump. At the point, Jacob LeBlanc keeping it in. Puck's in front. Shot stopped by Thornton as he came across in time to deny Adam Zidlicki. So the Rangers not sitting on that 1-goal lead. They're putting on the pressure to try and extend it. As Anson Thornton continues to put on quite the show here tonight. So 5:03 left to go on the clock. Face-off coming to the right of Thornton. Vierling will take the draw here for the Colts. Didn't like the way that face-off went, so we'll do this again. Vierling taking the draw once more against Matthew Sop. quick shot off the draw, and that goes wide of the net. Colts get it out. That's short-lived as Fishman gets it right back into the Barrie zone. Cardwell turns it over. Fishman takes the shot, stopped by Thornton. There's the rebound. Bo Jelsma picking it up for the Colts. Jelsma burst of speed through the neutral zone. Here's Bo Jelsma carrying it in. Jelsma with it, takes the shot in front, but didn't get all of that. Cardwell now to Vierling. Nice little move there. Vierling to Cardwell. From the far boards, back to Punnett. Punnett at the point.
McTavish has it roll off his stick.
LNS putting that one across. That's deflected. And the rain went in, but it went off Bottineau from the looks of it. Colts have their first. And that puts the Rangers up again by 1. So we'll have to take a look at this replay to see how exactly this one went in. As Thornton was scrambling in his net. As Hamara just getting that shot. Looked like it bounced a couple of times and then may have gone off Bottineau and in. He was tied up with Cholach. Still not exactly sure how that went in, but it went off Bottineau from the looks of it, and the Rangers back up by 1. So we'll see if the Colts have it in them to tie it again here. 7:23 left to go in this hockey game. Connor Punnett back after it for the Colts. Ahead to Matthews. And Jelsma with it, takes the shot in front, but didn't get all of that. Cardwell now to Vierling. Nice little move there. Vierling to Cardwell. From the far boards, back to Punnett. Punnett at the point, takes the shot. That's blocked. Punnett, though, almost kept that in. Kitchener making a quick line change. Bo Jelsma. He falls. Fans want a penalty. None coming. Cardwell up to Vierling. Punnett follows it up. Goes to the corner. Cardwell at the point. Finds Lemieux. Lemieux down low. Jelsma got a stick on it. Motu will move this one out. And the Rangers clear it. Here's Reed Vlad. Vlad shot wide of the net. Evan Vierling inside the blue line. Up to Weigel. Weigel can't control that bouncing puck. Serpa will settle it down here for the Rangers. Up to Rakoff. Rakoff chasing after it. Colts pick it up. Here's Lemieux. Backhands it to center. Matthews to Weigel. He can't hold it. Weigel, though, has it in his skates. Following up. Shot, scores! Jacob Frasca, Johnny on the spot. Weigel just lost it from Parsons, and Frasca right there ready to go, and we're tied at 5. What a veteran move there by Jacob Frasca. You'll see here as Weigel settles down that puck, but fanned on the shot, but Frasca right behind him, the trailer. And he's able to bury it. What a play there. Jacob Frasca, his first of the preseason. And once again, we are tied. Rangers looking to respond quickly. Ty York moving it up here for the Colts. Over to Jodwin. Ronik Jodwin trying to go to the net. Takes the shot. Parsons the save. Puck's loose. York taken into the boards. Rangers get it ahead. Following it up, that's Jacob LeBlanc. Near side. Misljevic. He can't handle it. Cholach. Long pass. That was through the legs of Beaudoin. Hamara back after it. He's able to send it ahead for the Rangers, but it's taken away by York. Connor Punnett up the wing to Jodwin. Jodwin's pass picked off by LeBlanc. Zidlicki to the near side. Over to Misljevic. Lemieux, though, will take it away. That pass blocked by LeBlanc. Colts forced to regroup. 2.5 minutes remaining in the third. 5-all. Lemieux up to Vierling. Evan Vierling on the wing. His pass blocked. Puck's in the corner. Rangers trying to get it out. Puck sent to center ice. Connor Punnett to Lemieux. Colts back in possession. Lemieux ahead. That goes off Sop. At center, Lemieux. He'll send that one in, knocked down. As chasing after it there is Brustevich. Brustevich coming out from behind his own net. Looks at his options as he reaches the blue line, now passes it forward. And that's going to be offside against Kitchener with 1:51 left on the clock. So Reed Vlad and company, they've held the lead for most of the game here tonight for the Kitchener Rangers, but the Barrie Colts showing that persistency. As Jacob Frasca, the latest Barrie Colt to tie this game. Face-off won by the Colts. Trying to move that one ahead, but it's taken away. Hamara reaches center ice, gets around Frasca. Hamara on the wing, stopped by Thornton. That puck rolled away from him. Back the other way is Weigel. Weigel reaches the blue line, fans on it. Matthews follows it up. Weigel in the corner, in front, tipped. Matthews couldn't get there. The defender does. Puck's loose, scores! Jacob Frasca, 2 unanswered goals, and the Colts have their first lead of the night. Jacob Frasca right now carrying the team on his back in the late stages of the third. As you see that shot from the point, that was Kavanaugh, and then Frasca looked like he was down and out in front of the net, but gets right back up. And he's able to put that by Parsons. Jacob Frasca having an outstanding night there. And the Kitchener Rangers right now taking a timeout as they're trying to settle things down because the tide has turned here at the Saddle-Inn Arena. It looked as though Kitchener was in full control, but the Barrie Colts just not showing any signs of quitting, and it's those veteran players who are stepping up here in this hockey game. It might be a preseason game, but don't tell that to the likes of Jacob Frasca and company. So Marty Williamson and the coaching staff setting up their play here to hold on to the lead. Well, Chris Dennis and his staff trying to tie this game once more. Parsons will head to the net, but we'll keep an eye on him. We'll see if Kitchener will go for the extra attacker. 1:21 left on the clock. Colts get it off the draw. Parsons was looking at the bench. Brustevich gets to the red line, sends it in. Here comes Parsons for the extra attacker. Thornton, he gets it out of the zone. So that's going to be an icing call now against the Barrie Colts as Anson Thornton was just trying to get it out. So a big face-off now coming to the right of Anson Thornton. The Kitchener Rangers, they do have the extra attacker. Now they're bringing the face-off to the left side of the Barrie net. Serpa will take the draw here for Kitchener up against Barrie's Zach Weigel. Scrambled draw was in the skates of Weigel. Kitchener come away with it. Brustevich to Serpa. Weigel loses his stick. Brustevich across. Brustevich gets it again. Serpa waits, fires, that's blocked, went off Punnett. Rakoff to Brustevich, and that one wide of the net. Serpa couldn't get there in time as Punnett, a one-man wrecking crew right now. Puck's in the corner, Reed Vlad finds Serpa. Brustevich passing that one over. Rakoff in front, and that net was wide open, but not able to get a stick on it was Matthew Sop. Brustevich again to Serpa. That pass is blocked. 15 seconds remaining. Serpa over to Rakoff. Back to Brustevich. He waits, fires, that's blocked in front. It's loose, Rangers still have it. It's in the slot, shot blocked, penalty coming. Vlad in front, and the Colts will touch it. And we'll get the call here with .6 on the clock. Frasca's the guilty party. I'm sure they'll look at the clock and they might adjust the time, but it's going to be a cross-checking penalty against Jacob Frasca. What a wild finish to this hockey game. Just .6 on the clock. I'm not sure if they're going to adjust it. Looks like they're just going to take this draw. So Rangers just have to get a shot right off this face-off. And there it is, and the puck goes wide to the nets, and the Barrie Colts, a huge come-from-behind victory against the visiting Kitchener Rangers, and they get the 6-5 win. And now we've got Swick having some words with a few of the Barrie Colts, as it looked as though the Kitchener Rangers were going to cruise to a win early in this third period, but just the swagger of this Barrie Colts hockey team just showing no quit, and they remain undefeated in regulation in the preseason. And the Rangers and Colts continuing to have words. Swick is at the red line. Now we got the officials separating them between the benches. So the refs just getting the Rangers off the ice. Swick is in the middle of it for Kitchener. And they continue to have words with one another, but that should do it. And now the veterans on this Rangers team just telling them to get off the ice, but it didn't feel like a preseason game with the way things were here between the Colts and the Rangers, and just with this finish, the Barrie Colts coming back, Jacob Frasca with the tying goal and then the game winner, and you see there, he is the first star of this hockey game, 2 goals and an assist to his credit. And then Tomas Hamara, he had a great game for the Kitchener Rangers, 2 goals and an assist. And then Carson Rakoff, he had a great game as well. His 1 goal was a snipe, and then he also had 2 assists to his credit. So there's your 3 stars, Frasca, Hamara, and Rakoff. And let's take a look at the play of the game. And this one, no surprise, it's the Barrie Colts game winner. As you see there, Jacob Frasca, just right there, right place, right time after Kavanaugh put the puck to the net, as Parsons trying to make that save, but the veteran forward got the better of him. And that puts the Barrie Colts to a 6-5 victory. So big win here. It's the final home game of the preseason for the Barrie Colts. They do have 2 more road games before the regular season begins. They're going to be in Sudbury on September 20th and then Owen Sound on the 24th. Well, the Kitchener Rangers, they have a home-and-home coming up the Mississauga Steelhead September 24th and the 25th. So that'll do it for us here at the Saddlein Arena. It was a lot of fun to be able to come back here, even though it's preseason. And a great game here tonight between the Colts and the Rangers. So that'll do it for us here. It's the Barrie Colts with the 6-5 victory. You've been watching Barrie Colts hockey on Rogers TV.